What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday, April 3rd. Got another video for you guys today. Let's get straight to it. WrestleMania Night 2. Looking back, it was different. I feel like the pacing between Night 1 and Night 2, I feel like Night 2 was kind of rushing a bit. All the main event started, I want to say, around 10:30. Then WrestleMania started at 8. And I think the main event started around like 10:30. So it just seemed like the pacing was weird for Night 2. On Twitter there was like Triple H ran Night 1 and Vince ran Night 2. So I'm not sure. The pacing was weird. But let's get into the matches. First of all, we had Omos versus Brock Lesnar. I'm gonna give the match a solid 6. I feel like a solid six. Omos looked good. Omos looked really good. He could tell he was kind of raw in the ring, going up against Brock Lesnar. But he was pretty good. I'm not gonna hold anything against him. It had the feel of the Sami Zayn, and this is my thing about WWE. Omos had the momentum the whole match, and Brock Lesnar comes back fairly quickly and wins. That's kind of how it was with the Usos and Sami Zayn. How the Usos were pretty much dominating the match, and then for the entirety of the match, and then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn did their thing for the last 2 minutes. That's kind of how it was with Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar got off a couple of German suplexes and then won that 5-1 after Omos was basically dominating the match. I thought it was gonna be a squash match. I thought Brock was just gonna get in there and squash Omos, but it was a nice showing from Omos, and Omos looks like he has some promise to him. So I'm gonna give that a solid 6. Next we have the Fatal 4-Way Showcase with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, Natalya versus Shotzi, Natalya and Sasha versus Ronda, and Shayna Baszler versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. The match to me was a 3-4. Nothing special. He had a couple of spots, but nothing special. I'm not a big fan of Liv Morgan. I'm not a big fan of Natalya. I'm not a big fan at all of Shotzi. Not a big fan of Ronda Rousey. I'm a big fan of Shayna Baszler. I love me some Shayna Baszler. Raquel is okay. I don't care for her. I don't dislike her. I don't like her. Chelsea Green, same. Don't dislike her. Don't like her. Sonya Deville is kind of just there. So it wasn't an eye catcher. Ronda and Shayna Baszler won, as they should. I feel like that was the powerhouse of all the tag teams. I believe they will get an opportunity, and I feel like that's the team to take the titles off of Becky and Lita. So I feel like that probably be like a backlash match, and Ronda and Shayna probably be your new Women's Tag Team Champions, which they both need. Next up, we had the Intercontinental Championship, Gunther versus Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. I'm gonna give this match a 9 out of 10. Man, those chops! Oh my gosh, those chops! Big meaty man slapping meat. That's Big E said it the best. Gunther is a future world champion. I thought he was going to lose. I thought Sheamus was going to end up winning. I thought this was the time to really push Gunther as a threat for the world title. I'm not sure what they're going to do with that yet. I thought Gunther losing, but not taking a pinfall, probably have Drew take the pinfall, and Sheamus winning would have been the best booking. That way you can magnify Gunther as a serious threat for the title. For Roman's title, but the IC title is great on him. He's making the IC title matter again. So shout out to Gunther, man. Like I said, he's a future world champ to me. Sheamus, I don't feel bad for Sheamus, but I feel like that was his time to get that IC title. Maybe he'd get it in WrestleMania Backlash. Um, who knows? We'll see. But what a match! It was incredible. So it was just a very, very, very good match. 9 out of 10 for that match. I was on the edge of my seat. Next up, we have the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair and Asuka. Bianca Belair versus Asuka. This was also surprisingly good match. I give it a 7.5 out of 10 for me. I love when Bianca is so aggressive. That's when Bianca's her best, is when she's aggressive. When she uses her strength and she uses her length and uses her athleticism. So I love when Bianca is so aggressive, and I love Asuka. Asuka is one of my favorite women's wrestlers at any promotion. She's so charismatic, she's so gifted, she's so unpredictable. She does all the right things in the ring. She never looks like she complains, and she's just a very good wrestler. I thought the match wasn't going to be as good as Rhea Ripley and Charlotte, but overall, it wasn't as good, or it wasn't on that low, but it was pretty dang good. It was pretty dang good. And then we have next Edge versus Demon Finn Balor. I love this match. I'm gonna give it a 8.5 out of 10. I think this match, I wanted Finn Balor to win. I think Finn Balor should have won. I love the demon persona of Finn Balor. Make Finn Balor great again. Finn Balor, ever since he lost the Universal title, has been gimmick after gimmick after gimmick, storyline after storyline after storyline, and he's never found like the perfect gimmick for him after he lost that title. He's never really given a big opportunity to win it back. And I love the demon persona. I think that's the first time the demon has lost. And Edge doesn't need to win. Edge really does not need the win. And that was my thing. It's like, why give that win to Edge? Finn Balor was undefeated as the demon. And Edge didn't need to win. I feel like the storyline is going to go on, which it doesn't need to. The storyline just needs to die. I feel like Edge has run his course coming back, and it was great to see him back, but I feel like the only program he's had for the whole entire year was the Judgment Day. Like I said, Edge didn't need to win. You could have gave it to Finn, keep the demon undefeated. I don't know, man. WWE, and it definitely seems like the booking for night 2 was way on the outside than it was for night 1, because night 1 was done masterfully. It seemed like night 2 was, it felt a little weird. But I love the match. Finn getting busted open and seeing blood in the WWE game was kind of cool. I love the match. It was a pretty good match. And then we have the main event. Your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, versus the son of a plumber, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes' entrance gave me literal chills, man. Watching his entrance, watching him come down the ramp, watching the whoa, like this hearing the pop that Cody got was incredible. Kissing his wife and his child. Seeing Brody Lee's son there, seeing Cody's mom there, it was spectacular. It was jaw dropping. It just chills. And Roman just exudes smolder. Roman is literally that guy. You talk about your Hulk Hogan's, your Andre the Giants, your John Cena's. When you mention those guys, you have to mention Roman Reigns. He hasn't been pinned since 2019. That's insane. So Roman Reigns he's him. If you don't take the titles off of him now, when do you take the title off of him? Do you split the titles up? You know, how long? Who beats him now? You think that Cody would beat him? I think yesterday was the perfect night, and I said this on Friday. I said if the Usos lose, Roman's not losing because I don't see them like the bloodline losing everything. So I knew going in tonight too that the Roman was winning just how because the Usos lost. And I said if the Usos lose, Roman's winning because I don't see them taking everything from the bloodline in just one weekend. So I don't see him losing that WrestleMania Backlash because it's not a big enough event. Maybe SummerSlam, like I said, maybe Cody wins Money in the Bank and he just goes after the WWE title, and that way you can still have the Universal title still on Roman. He can still be champion, and then that way you can give the championship to Cody, the one he's never won. So it's interesting to see what's gonna happen. But overall, night 2, man, it was okay. Night 1 was far better. Night 1 was so much better. I gave night 1 a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna give night 2 probably a 7 out of 10. Gunther and Finn and the main event really saved the night. So I'm gonna give night 2 a 7 out of 10. So WrestleMania Night was really great. It was really great. We had some nice spots. We had some comic relief with Snoop Dogg giving the people's elbow to the people's flying elbow to the Miz, and Shane tearing his quad. That was insane. Shout out to Snoop Dogg for improvising that scene, man. It was crazy. Moving on, we have to talk about it because it's out there. When people looks like me, that has my skin, when they do things compared to people with fairer skin, non-melanin skin, it's different. There's a difference. Black people are barred for showing emotions. My girl from LSU did the "You Can't See Me" and did the ring pose and got absolutely crucified on Twitter for being classless, being unsportsmanlike. And then Caitlin Clark, and I feel bad for both ladies because this young black girl is only showing her emotions for winning a title. Everybody was talking about Caitlin Clark, and everybody was on her side. I feel bad for her, for Reese, and I feel bad for Caitlin because it's nothing Caitlin did. It's nothing Caitlin did that was wrong. She did the "You Can't See Me." She was talking her stuff, but the thing is, America has this predetermined essence about black people that we're aggressive and that we basically can't show emotion because Caitlyn did the exact same thing only a couple of days ago, and people calling her a competitor and swaggy and all this phenomenal things that she really wants it, but when a young black girl does it, she's classless, she's an idiot. She's this and she's that. I just want people to see that we are I just want to see how different we are treated as black people. We're treated in such a way to where we're not allowed to have a say. We're not allowed to show emotions. We're not allowed to. We have to be robots, basically. And at the slightest thing, the slight emotion that we show, the slight enthusiasm that we show, is deemed in such a horrific experience for everybody else. Like, this girl is in college. She's a young, I don't even think she's 21 yet. And white people, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it because it's true. You're crucifying her for what? She won. First, she won. She could do what the hell she wants because she won. And she just did what Caitlyn did, and you're ruining her night for what? And I just want people to see what, as black people, what we go through. And there shouldn't be a conversation. There shouldn't be a conversation. And I'm gonna give you a couple more examples, like, and this is just how it is. Tom Brady. I'm gonna just give you one example, and then I'm gonna leave it alone. When Tom Brady blew up on Josh McDaniels on the sideline, and his teammates on the sideline. Oh, Tom Brady's passionate. Tom Brady, he cares about his team. He cares about winning. He doesn't want to lose. He's all his heart is in it. But Cam does the same thing. Cam's a thug. Cam is not a team player. Cam he's selfish. He's by himself. That's just the things that as black people we go through. Tom Brady get praised for having an outburst, cussing out his coach. But Cam Newton gets criticized and called a thug and called a bad teammate and a bunch of other things I won't say on here because he's black. A white person can shoot up a church full of black people and get taken to Burger King. And a black guy puts his hands up in the middle of the streets and gets shot in the back. It's the world we live in. And like I said, there shouldn't be a conversation. It should not be a conversation. God made us all equal. He didn't make white people better than black people. He didn't make black people better than white people. He didn't make black people better than Hispanic people. He didn't make Hispanic people better than Asian people. He made everyone equal. And I don't see how some so-called Christians could call themselves Christians and love God but hate people. How can you love God but hate people? Because God loved all of us. But you say you love God, you love Jesus, but you hate people, in particular black and melanated people, people with brown skin. You hate, but you love God. I don't get it. Why is that? Somebody please tell me why that is. You preach the gospel, but you hate my people. You don't love God. Because if you did, you wouldn't hate me. You wouldn't call us monkeys. You wouldn't call us the N-words. You wouldn't call us thugs. You wouldn't call us all names under the book if you loved God. When God didn't call us that. God didn't put us on earth to hate one another. He put us on earth to love one another as He loved us. So why do you hate my people? Why does the color of my skin make you so angry? I've seen numerous times, and I hear numerous things. White people, Caucasians, will play with lions and bears and all this other wild, adventurous stuff, and not scared. Go skydiving, go jump off buildings, and not scared of anything. But if I walk down the street with a hoodie on, you're locking your doors, you're clutching your purse, you're calling the cops if a bunch of black kids are at a pool swimming. They're not doing anything, they're swimming. And you're scared of what? Of my skin? You're scared of people who you've tortured, dismayed, killed, raped for hundreds of years, and you're scared of us? You had us White people have black people in chains, and you're scared. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense, and I don't think it's gonna change because not enough people care. If you don't look like me, you don't care. That's just the truth. Until the people that don't look like me care, there will be no change. Until people that don't look like me speak up, there won't be no change. I can be mistaken, but I didn't see LSU coach, LSU Lady Tigers coach, speak up for her player. She's white. I didn't see her stick up for her players, for her player. I didn't see that. Why? It just won't change. I pray that it does. I really do, but it probably won't. There's too much hate in the world, too much bigotry in the world, too much racism in the world, just too much hate. And will it stop?